Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yes, as you can see, this is the first time the new mask is going to be on the actual show. Yes, I debuted it in a video I did previously, but this is the first official Movie Fams Horror Review episode that has the mask. So, boom, there it is. And real quick, I just want to throw out another big, huge, mega thank you to everybody who participated with the Fam Awards. Not just the presenters and everything, which is the Corn Children, which I really appreciate, and of course you can see Maya back there and Natalie back there. They definitely helped out too. But I'm talking about everybody at home who voted, who helped with the nomination process, who threw in suggestions. Even the ones we didn't use, I do appreciate it. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about. I mean, this is all of us come together, so I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, what do you say we get started this week? Going on. As you can see, I'm joined by, of course, the sweet, the innocent Natalie Myers. Boom. Nice Yoshi shirt.
Thank you.
And of course, my lovely girlfriend, Maya. So, boom. And of course, we got 2 movies we're going to be reviewing tonight. The first one was actually a recommendation or request, however you want to look at it, from Ghostface Kids 101. And I do not own it. I had to rent it. But Laid to Rest. And then, of course, this is actually given to me, or this was not given to me, this was actually another one that was requested from the man with no name, who's not even here to review it, but whatever. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. So we're going to get into that here in a minute. Now, before we actually get officially started on here, I want to throw out a couple things real quick. First off, if you don't know yet, little Natalie Myers has her own Facebook page now. So, if you're a Phantom friend, she's on my list. Just go over, hit her up, and yeah, support her. Support the Natalie Myers Facebook page. Because you guys have been really cool about the Maya Angel's Facebook page. So we definitely, hey, help out the Phantom family. That's what I'm saying.
Help out me.
Help her out. Up next, I wanted to throw out big thank yous to Michael Spencer and Ryan 1988. I recently won gifts from both of their contests, so thank you guys for letting me, in fact, I just got my gift today. I was asked by, this is someone totally different, but I was asked by, somebody, like, are you going to do an unboxing, type thing, video? And I'll be honest with you, I'm not. And I'll tell you why, because I am totally grateful. Like, I've won a contest before, Horror Show 3000, Owen Neal, and Owen Neal, not one person. Horror Show 3000 and Owen Neal. But I'm not big on the unboxing videos because, like, I always make videos that I myself would want to watch. Like, I wouldn't mind watching someone just ramble on bitterly about horror movies, and that's what I'm going to do. That's the kind of stuff I film. Or, I guess, a bunch of corn children outside of a cornfield in December making me drink punch. I would watch a video like that. I'm not big on watching other people's unboxings. I'm just kind of like, and it sounds like I'm just being a bitter dick, but I'm just kind of like, okay, cool, you got that new DVD. I don't care. Like, I didn't, I want to see the review. That's what I like to see, is like when you're like, okay, I got this new DVD, and here's the review. That's what I want to see, or your thoughts of it, not necessarily like the, hey, I got a DVD, thank you for it, not. So, but just so you know, I mean, I am not ungrateful. Believe me, that means a lot. It's freaking awesome. Like I said, every gift I ever got, I always threw out huge thank yous. I even sent everybody back a personal message saying, thank you very much, and everything else. So, but yeah, no unwrapping, videos in my future. And I guess the final piece of business we need to resolve. I want to apologize to every single person out there for being shafted by Misery Black. I said it. I said it. She made a pinky promise right here on the show. Said she's going to have her show up and running by now. Now, the fact that she should have had it out way before the pinky promise, that's something totally different anyway. I mean, she's been talking about this since October. We were talking seriously about in November, and here we are. It's February and nothing.
Shame on you, Misery. Shame,
Let her know, exactly. Shame. So, anyway, she makes the pinky promise. I'm like, okay, she definitely would not shaft her. I mean, the thing is, she has a lot of fans. Like, she has more fans than the Phantom. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just like, holy shit, though. She has more people that she's gonna disappoint than I would, If I don't do a show, like, 2 people are just like, where's the show at? She doesn't do her show, dude. People are hounding her left and right, leaving comments. Where is the show? And I agree. I want to see what Misery does. I think here's the reason.
So
and she definitely, she had she even had time. I even asked her a couple weeks ago before, because she's actually, in her defense right now, she's been out of the cemetery for like the past couple weeks, weekends, whatever. So, yeah, she's got kind of a busy schedule coming up, but it should have been done already. I think the main thing is, now this is just me speaking on her behalf, like she is not endorsing this, this is not the reason she gave me. I mean, I think she's just lazy too, but I think she just doesn't quite know what to do yet. See, I make my show the way I want to see it. Like I just said that. Like I like dudes just sitting around talking about horror movies. Don't necessarily have, I mean, I know like I have the mask gimmick, but I don't really have a gimmick per se. I'm still just the same guy sitting on the couch talking about horror movies. I just throw a mask on. But that's the kind of stuff I like. Like I'm a big fan of those type of shows. And I keep telling them, like, you know, don't try to just make another Phantom show. Like, this is Misery's show. Do your thing. It don't have to be horror movie related at all. Do what you want to do. But I think she just doesn't quite know where to go from there. And I think that's her main thing. So, in her defense, maybe that's why. Maybe she's just a little, I mean, because she does have, like, you know, she has some expectations right now. People are wanting to see it. The hype has been, you know, up to here, and she hasn't dropped the show yet. Now, I'm going to make a promise. Alright? Hey, you guys are hearing me here. Alright, Misery drops the balls with her promises. Phantom doesn't. So, I am officially taking control of the first two videos of the Misery show. I don't know what she's calling it. I like 13 Wolfman's idea. He called it Misery's Mausoleum. I love that. I don't know if she'll use it or not, but regardless of the show's title is, I am taking control. And I'm going to basically force her to film this goddamn thing. And so we're going to have a show for you guys. And I'm not getting any dates just yet. Because once again, I'm not sure what her schedule really is. Because once again, she is a busy kid. However, the first chance that we get, boom, we're filming it. And I don't care what. So, now I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the hell it's going to be. Like, I don't even know what it's going to be. But, boom, we're going to get something for you guys. So, Phantom's on the case. Alright? The Phantom is on the case. Alright. So enough getting caught up and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get into the show, shall we? So 2 weeks ago, I asked the top 3 question. I asked, man, my workstation's a little unorganized here. What was your top 3 favorite pint-sized killers in movies? And yeah, I got some responses back. Boom. Ghostface Kid 101 hit me up with Baby Oopsie Daisy from Oopsie Daisy from Demonic Toys. And I own this, actually. I can't remember. I don't know if it's my new releases or it's over there yet. But anyways, yeah, love it. Love that whole movie, actually. And I even like the sequel. Like, I don't know. I like these, like, little dolls and toys and puppets. I love all the little mini micro killers that come out. And Demonic Toys, I think it's overlooked a lot. I think people need to watch that. So, Full Moon, too. I mean, it's Full Moon just like... The Puppet Master, which is coming up on these next 2. Number 2, he said the Jester from Puppet Master. Love the Jester, come on. Little head spins around shit. And number 1, and that's my personal favorite from the Puppet Masters, Blade. So, boom. Little fucking knife thing. So thank you, Ghostface Kid. I really do appreciate that. 13 Wolfman hit me up, and his top 3, and actually, he went ahead and just looped them all in there. He said his number 3 was actually the entire cast of the puppets, all puppets, from the Puppet Master series. So, boom. There you go with that. Number 2, the Zuni doll from the Trilogy of Terror. I have not seen this movie yet. I must admit, I have not seen this movie yet. So, I really can't... I need to. And everybody told me... I've already heard like everything about it. I know... I just have yet to see it. So, I need to see this. And then finally, he said the little girl from the Bad Seed. And I can't remember her name either, but yes, I would definitely agree with that. Dude, she was fucking evil. So, and then finally, so thank you, Wolfman. Do appreciate that, buddy. And finally, House of Carl of 1985. I did not snub you or shaft you this week. He hit me up with his 3. He said Johnny. I think it was his name, John. I seen it. It was a long time ago. Johnny Torso, or is it Johnny the Torso? Either way, from Freaks. And he's a torso, you know, just a body with a head from the movie Freaks. Yes, and I wasn't even thinking about that. That kind of came out of left field. I love it. So yes, that definitely counts because he's a pint size because he has no arms to stand or legs to stand on, or he can't stand on his arms either. Hell, I guess he has some arms. He probably stand on the arms, but he doesn't. His number 2 was Leprechaun. I kept waiting for Leprechaun. Someone's got their Leprechaun in there. Finally, he does. And then his number 1 was Charles Lee Ray, a.k.a. Chucky from Child's Play. So, boom, there. Thank you very much, man. And I want to thank everybody once again for, throwing them out there. So, this week, we are doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation. So, I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do top 3 favorite Texas Chainsaw movies. Boom, yeah, there it is. Now, there's, what is it, like 7 to choose from? You got the first 3, then this one, the remake and its prequel, and then you got this godforsaken last one that just came out. Which I will say this, as much as I hated that fucking movie, I have loved all the reviews on YouTube about Texas Chainsaw. Dude, some of the funniest shit I have seen in like a long time. Like, everybody wants to get in like the ring. Everybody's wanting to get in the ring and take a shot at this fucking movie, and I love it. Like I did a little tiny blurb on one of my shows. Like me and Man with No Name kind of took it down a couple notches, but nothing compared. Like people are doing like half-hour plus reviews, and I'm loving every minute of them. Like this is freaking brilliant. So yes, there out of those 6 or 7, sorry. So for me, and this is where everyone's gonna get pissed off, but and I can see people get pissed off completely. But I think most people are gonna go 1, 2, and 3, just right off the bat. And I'm gonna go the opposite. My number 3 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, and I'm gonna explain my reasons why I love this movie when I do the review. But that's my number 3. Number 2, I'm going to Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Yes, I hate the fact that Michael Bay's name is fucking attached to this movie, but that doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, it is a really good movie. It kind of, I'm not going to say it started the trend, because I'm sure you got to name like 5 other movies that, has done it, but it was like one of the early ones that started kind of doing the glossy, gritty Hollywood horror remakes. And as much as I'm getting sick of seeing them now, at the time it was refreshing. I'm like, alright, this has like that 1970s style to it. Even though it doesn't have the same grit as the original, it has a dark, gritty look to it. And I thought overall it was just a damn good movie. I think it has an awesome opening. Dude, the girl takes a gun out, and that awesome camera shot when the camera backs up. I mean, that's badass. And overall, I mean, Leatherface wasn't just like a crying little pussy in this one either. Like, I don't know, he just seemed more vicious in this one. I like that. He wasn't just like crying and, none of that. Like literally he was, he was a killer, and I liked it. And then of course, number 1, come on, do I even really have to do this? Like this, it's going to be the newest one that just came out, Texas Chainsaw. No, I'm just fucking with you. The original, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yes, come on, brilliant. Nah, come on. So I want to know what your guys, now what about you? You seen any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies?
No.
No? You're missing out, kid. What you've seen a couple of them, because we've watched a couple of them. We've seen the remake and this one. Have you seen any of the other ones, or no? Alright, between this and the remake, which one do you like better?
The remake.
You like the remake better? Alright, I'll agree with that. I can agree with that. So, alright, so I want to know, everybody, what are your top 3 favorite Texas Chainsaw movies? Alright? Numerous ways to hit me up. Alright? My fan friends can hit me up on Facebook. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? She's not even here this week.
Video response.
Oh my god, you guys are busting my balls. Alright, so let's do this. I wasn't even really prepared for it. Like, normally when she's here, I got to like rush through it real quick. Busting my balls. Alright, let me start again. Alright. So there's numerous ways to hit me up. Of course, all my fan friends over on Facebook can hit me up there. Of course, moodfam7@gmail.com. You can hit me up there. Leave the comment right down below, right down there.
Video response.
Of course, personal messages, always welcome.
No.
And then finally,
video response.
Video response. So, boom. Thank you guys. And, yeah, let's go on now. I ain't gonna lie. I've been having a visitor here at the lair for the past week. So I hadn't had a chance to look up my horror movie news like I normally do. So, this week, no horror movie news. I am sorry I can't bring you the late-breaking horror movie news. But we're going to move on anyways, because we do got some other stuff. Some movies now. Actually, since we did the Family Wars last week, we couldn't hype up the movie coming out that's out right now. Movie called Dark Skies. And it's about basically a family in a house, and aliens are like fucking with them and shit.
That sounds awesome.
I'll be honest with you, I don't want to see this thing. I just don't. It looks like they got the look of the movie down pat. Like they're definitely doing like this Insidious type dark feel, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But just, I don't know, as I'm watching the trailer, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, after a while, I'm just like, who gives a shit? If you're not getting anally probed, I just don't care. And no one's getting probed in this movie. And they're like, I don't know, it's like, the family just, I don't know. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm just not feeling it, just based on the trailer. And I'm not saying I will never watch it. I don't know. I just, myself, have you seen the commercial for Dark Sky?
Yes.
Now, what are your thoughts on Dark Skies?
I want to see it.
You do want to see it? That's all right. Everybody has their own opinion. That's cool. All right, so you do want to see it?
Yes.
Right.
I want to see it look kind of creepy.
It looks creepy? Like, look kind of scary? Would you see it on the big, would you prefer to see it on the big screen, or wait for it to come home and watch it at home?
Big screen.
Big screen? That's my girl right there, yes. Okay, what about you, Maya? Have you seen the commercials and trailers for Dark Sky? Now, what are your thoughts on it?
Like it.
You do like it? You do want to see this then?
Yeah.
Well, there you guys go. 2 out of 3. As Meatloaf would say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So, Dark Skies. Now, as you guys know, we're coming to an end on February. It's a short month, and we got through it already. And up next, we got March. March Madness, all that crazy shit. Spring's coming up. I'm really ready for spring. I'm sick of freaking winter.
It's so cold.
It is cold. But we also have a new batch of horror movies coming out. 2 of them to be exact. Is it 2 a batch? Who cares? So here we go. We're going to have them both up. And both of them coming out is going to be... we got The Last Exorcism, Part 2. And The ABCs of Death.
The
now,
what?
The ABCs of Death. Now, we'll talk more about that when it gets closer. But right now, we'll talk about Last Exorcism Part 2 because it comes out next week. Basically, have you guys seen Last Exorcism? The first one? You seen it?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
What? First one?
The first Last Exorcism.
No,
The Last Exorcism? Haven't seen that one? Have you seen the first one?
No.
You know what? Basically, the premise of this one is the girl from the first one, the one who was possessed, she's just trying to get back on for life. Like, she survived the first one. And now she's just trying to, and of course, readjusting to life is just not happening for her. And then, of course, the demon comes back, kind of thing. Okay, the first one, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my many, just tiny rants. The first one, I was really shocked. I thought it was going to be a piece of shit. At that time, I was in this weird, like, and I hadn't seen any of the new wave. Like, you know, recently we've had a shitload of found footage movies. At that time, I hadn't seen a whole lot myself, though. I was just like, screw this found footage. You know, no reason, just being a bitter douche. I was just like, screw it. Had no desire to see this at all. Saw the trailer, didn't think it looked scary. Rented it just because it was like, it was marked down to like, it was like, you know, because if you get new releases, they get like marked to like the nearly new and it goes down in price. So I rented it, you know, it's like, whatever. Checked it out. And you know what? Damn good. It was just freaking, it wasn't necessarily scary. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of jump scenes, and like the scenes they tried to make you jump, but just the story in general was really good. And the acting, dude, that girl, dude, she was just so, it was heartbreaking to see her talk, and when she's going through, I mean, it was a damn good, and I just love the twist at the end. Like, I ain't gonna say anything, but just how it reveals what's going on, like what's exactly happening. I like that. Part 2, they're getting away from the found footage thing. I'm okay with that. Like, I do think that if you're a found footage franchise, you should get away from the found footage thing eventually. Like, I know it didn't work out so well for Blair Witch, but I think Paranormal Activity should do that. Like, I like Paranormal Activity movies. I think they're good. I would like to see just regular Paranormal. Like, look, you can still do the found footage look. Hell, Insidious did it, and it worked out pretty damn good for them. Boom. Get rid of, you know. Chernobyl Diaries, I didn't see Chernobyl Diaries, but I'm told it's the same thing. Like, it has that found footage look, but it isn't found footage. This one, I don't know. I'm seeing the trailers for this one. I'm just not feeling it. Like, I don't know. I hate to sound like I'm just being a dick on both movies, but, like, I don't know. It just doesn't look that good. Like, I like the idea of her just trying to get back into the swing of things, and I like the idea, like, that somehow the footage from the first movie has found its way onto YouTube, and like everybody's sharing. I like that. I don't know. The movie itself just doesn't look that good. But then again, Part 1 didn't look that good to me either, and I ended up loving that. So I don't know. I may check it out, but I don't know. Have you seen any commercials for The Last Exorcism Part 2?
I think so.
Think so. You're not really sure, are you?
No.
No idea. Okay. What, you seen any commercials for The Last Exorcism Part 2?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not like Dark Skies. You prefer to see Dark Skies over Last Exorcism Part 2?
Don't know.
Don't know?
No.
Alright, so yeah, that's that right there. Now, once again, because of last week we did the Family Awards, we didn't really talk about anything other than Family Awards. Anyways, we did see a movie last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the viewers at home what we watched?
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies. All right, as you know, Warm Bodies is about the young teenage boy who is a zombie, and he meets this human girl, and of course falls in love. They fall in love, and of course it starts kind of bringing back, like he starts changing back. Okay, my review is, there's my little mini review without giving anything away, so when you do your review, you don't have to give anything away. Initially, when I saw this, I was like, okay, I liked it. I knew what to expect. Like, I mean, I knew exactly what it was going to be. I mean, and it was. What you think it's going to be that. The only thing that kind of kills me is the fact that, like, and this is from the trailer, so I'm not giving nothing away here. The fact that true love is what's changing him. And I mean, I'm okay with that one guy. Like, maybe he's just special, and true love's going to change him. But, like, everybody starts changing because of true love. I'm like, really? So you're saying, like, someone who's got a handy in the first Night of the Living Dead, we would have saved the whole zombie? No. I don't know. I liked it. When we walked out of the theater, I was, like, smiling, big thumbs up. I would say big thumbs up. Thumbs up. I liked it. But the more I think about it, I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. I just don't really, I don't know. Wasn't quite, it's dropping a little bit. Like, right now, I mean, as of right now, horror movie-wise, I don't know. I like Mama, but it's kind of, I don't know. They're kind of, I don't know. I'll put it this way. I don't know if either one of them will be a big contender for the Family Awards next year. I don't know. I'm saying overall, like, I don't know. I liked it. It was entertaining. I was happy watching it. It just seems like after I'm done watching it, I'm just kind of like, and I don't know if I'll ever have to watch it again, just because, I don't know. If they do a sequel, I'll probably check it out, because they actually are writing, the dude's writing a book. He's writing like a short story that goes with the movie, or sorry, with the book, and then he's writing a second book as well. I'll probably check it out. I mean, I'm curious to see where the story would go. I don't know. What about you? What were your thoughts and review? Without getting anything away, because it's a brand new movie. It's out in theaters right now. Warm Bodies. What review?
It was a good movie.
You liked it?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's sweet. You can have your own opinion, sweetie. You don't have to agree with me. It's all good.
It was what I expected.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, I did think, like, John Malkovich was just too good of an actor to be in the role he was in this movie. Because he plays like he's the girl's father, and he's also like a high-ranking officer in the military or whatever. But it just seems like he gets, like, bulldozed by these teenagers real fucking easy. Like, at one point they gotta, like, take control, because he's wanting to, like, kill the dude, you know? And they take control, and I'm like, really? Like, John Malkovich would just, like, elbow the girl, and then, you know, I don't know. It seemed like it was just, like, he was just, because he comes across very, like, you know, intimidating, but at the same time you're just like, but how did you get, like, taken out easily? I don't know. I felt like they could have used someone else that just wasn't as good, because I think he was just too good for the movie, in my opinion. But yeah, so Warm Bodies, definitely check it out. It's not nearly, and I don't want to offend you on this one, but it's not nearly as bad as, like, Twilight. The love story's not that sad. And it has an awesome effing soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack I thought was brilliant. Like, it has some GNR in there, some Bruce Springsteen. I really dug the soundtrack. I thought it was pretty cool. So, all right, so let's get to some viewer comments. Now, we actually got a shitload of questions thrown out there. Now, real quick, I'm going to throw one out here, because I have not talked, because your brothers and sisters are just elusive. I can barely get a hold of them, and when I do, you know. So, Ghostface Kid...
They're out there freaking people out.
That's what they're doing. They're out there just doing their thing. Well, Ghostface Kid 101 had a question from like a couple weeks ago that I'm just now getting the answer to. And he was just asking, because you already answered this, like, you know, what do you like to watch? Like, what does the corn children like to watch? And I got the answers right here. I talked to Lady Gaga. Apparently there's like some kind of, there's a show on Disney called Good Luck Charlie. Like, instead of giving me like a list, they just gave me like one item or a vague
I love Good
genre.
Luck Charlie.
Oh, so you know what? Okay. So there you go. Well, that's what Lady Gaga likes as well. She's like, Good Luck Charlie. I'm like, you mean Good Luck Chuck? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, sorry. And I backed away. Darren Randy said he liked Shrek Ever After, and that was it. Like, he just stopped talking. I'm like, what do you like? What do you like to watch besides horror movies? Is there anything you like to watch? Shrek Ever After, done. And I was like, oh, all right. And then I asked Billick. And he said he likes anything that's action or horror. That's it. Like, that's his two genres, I guess. So, yeah, it's like pulling teeth getting answers out of these kids. Trust me, if you've been seeing the interviews I've been doing with these guys, you'll know. So all right. So, but, you know, fresh questions this week. 13th Wolfman threw it out there. He had a list of them here. He asked, he actually had a question for Misery. He wanted to know if she had a cold, I guess a couple weeks ago. Or maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't remember how long ago it's been she's been on the show. Probably a couple weeks ago. When she did the show, because she sounded like she was congested or whatever, and nah, she didn't. I asked her. No cold. Just sounded different. So, now, he had a question for you. Alright? He wanted to know, what horror movies have you seen?
Halloween, Chucky,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Really? You've seen The Shining.
Oh yeah, that.
Alright. Anything else we'll throw out there? Or? Every week I give a list of movies here and didn't watch anything. Alright, well thank you. Now.
I said again, well, in the cornfield, we don't get good reception.
Reception? Bad reception out there? Yeah. Alright, I'll buy that answer. I will buy that answer. I'm just saying the cornfield is right next to the cemetery and I got good reception over here. I'm just saying. But there's a weird evil presence, an evil force in that cornfield.
What's the always taking the TV away from somebody?
Always. You gotta take TV away from somebody. I got you. Alright, well, he had several questions for you as well, Maya. He wanted to know exactly how did you and I meet? How did Maya and the Phantom meet? And I'm going to give you a floor here. You can tell him how we met.
Okay. We met in the graveyard. I was running around the graveyard and bumped into Trent.
Boom. There it is. Yeah.
Sounds like really good love there.
It really is. That's the start to a great relationship right there, is that graveyard love. So, boom. And you want to know, what are some of your favorite horror movies?
Saw movies.
Okay.
Mama.
Like Mama.
And Children of the Damned.
You mean Village of the Damned?
Yeah.
Village of the Damned?
Yeah.
Alright. Children of the Damned, I was like, what the hell are you talking about there? Got Children of the Corn, Village of the Damned. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Both have creepy kids in them, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both creepy. Anything else, or
Chucky.
a Child's Play series?
I love Chucky.
See you, Chucky.
See you, Chucky. Alright, far out.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to know exactly, what did you do to get kicked out of heaven?
Snuck out.
You snuck out. Wow, they don't allow sneaking out of heaven, do they?
No.
I don't like that shit. Once you're there, they want you there for good, and boom, there it is. So thank you, 13 Floor Man. Appreciate the questions. Now, Ghostface Kid, you know, he threw out a ton of questions here. And I'm going to hit every single one. Okay, he said, where did I get the inspiration or the idea for my mask? Now, he asked this question back when I was still wearing this one right here. And you're right, because he did say, like, you know, if you've already said this, I'm sorry. And that's cool. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, because, you know, people who are watching the show may not have seen the show I did where I did the, you know, explanation. I repeat myself a lot anyway, so not a big deal. So the inspiration for this mask right here. Okay. Right off the bat, I'll just say, like, you know, I've always been a big wrestling fan, a Kiss fan, and a fan of The Crow. So that just kind of infused itself into this. Like, I wasn't like doing it like this is how I'm going to do it. It just kind of came to me like that. Like, I just kind of blacked the eyes out just because naturally, you know, you got to have them stand out a little bit, you know. And then, of course, you know, just the red line down here, that's just like, you know, something like, you know, I don't know, a wrestler or even like a member of Kiss. You know, it's just a little red mark right there. And then, of course, I did go with the black, you know, smiley face here, and that was kind of like that was definitely like The Crow, obviously. And then what I did was, because honestly, it's The Crow, but I'll be honest, I was actually thinking about the Joker a lot when I did that. Even though I did black, I was just kind of like, you know, the Joker, because at that time I was really, I'm still am, like, you know, nothing could change, but I was really just like, I don't like watching The Dark Knight, and I was all pumped and everything. And another thing that kind of bled into that was, as you can always see, I got blood splatter on the mask, but the blood splatter is actually, if you ever notice,
he killed the guy. It's
where I killed the guy. My God, you give me away, throw me away right here. Throw me under the bus. Thanks a lot, Natalie. No, the blood splatter, though, is only on one side. I just took some newspaper, and I just kind of, you know, taped it up, and then just, you know, splattered it with it. Because I was just like, you know, I'll add Two-Face to the mix. And that's it. And then, of course, the one thing that people can never really see because of the hood is, boom, see if you can see this or not. On top there, I got these little marks right there. And that's kind of a personal reason. I even knew I wouldn't show up. Like, even if it was far away, you would probably not be able to see that. Probably not at all. And I'm way back there, so even if I didn't have a hood, you probably wouldn't see it. The reason I did that was because what that's supposed to be is supposed to be like the scar tissue on Jesus' head when he had to wear the crown of thorns. And the only reason I did that was because at that time, right before I started doing the show, it's probably a few months before I started doing the show, that's when I got the tattoo, the 666 Mark of the Beast tattoo right there. And the only reason, I mean, once again, I've said this, numerous times, I'm a huge fan of the Omen. I'm an atheist. Like, I don't believe in heaven, hell, I guess I should believe in heaven somewhat. I mean, that's where Maya came from. But anyways, but overall, I mean, I'm an atheist. So I never got to be like, look at me, I worship Satan. No, it was just because of the Omen, So I get it, and the place I'm working at, they flip out. Like, it was literally like Job in Jeopardy. Every conservative Christian redneck in that place was just like, get rid of it, or else, we'll lynch your ass or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, you for real? And literally at one point it was like, if you do not cover it up, you will be fired. And I was like, if I was a teenager, like the teenage side of me, like wanted to rebel, and be like, go ahead and fire me and I'll fight it and all that stuff. When you're an adult and you got bills to pay, you're kind of like, all right, whatever, and boom. So I had to wear this headband, right? So I wore the headband, it covers up the 666. And I kind of felt like, I was like, my God. Like, and I kept saying it because I was just trying to offend them more at this point. They think, they're jail. I'm like, I feel like Jesus and I have to wear a crown of thorns in this place. And so as I started like writing different things on the headband just to fit, like I wrote like 999 where the tattoo was at. And that pissed everybody off. I wasn't breaking any rules. So they're like, ugh. I wrote down like, I think I had like in Roman numerals, I had like, VI, 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 I kept doing this stuff like that. And at one point I even wrote Revelations, and I forget what chapter it is, like 13:8 or some shit like that. I can't remember. Whatever like the line is, like, 600, 6 or whatever. I wrote that on my forehead, and like no one got it. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, really? Like, this is your guys' book and you ain't getting it? And then around lunchtime, because I guess they had time to go on their lunch break and then Google it, they come back and they're like, well, you know what that means? I'm like, what? And they're like, that's the book from the Revelation. That's the 666. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just grabbed a random, quote and threw it on there. I thought it was inspirational. Pissed everybody off. So anyways, whenever I did the show, I guess I was harboring some, resentment there. So when I started making the mask, I was like, I'm going to put the crown of thorns scars up there. So that's what I did on that. So, and you even threw out there like you would like to do a replica, if I would mind it. I would not mind at all. That's actually an honor to me if you did that. So yeah, by all means, buddy, go for it. So yeah, that's the story behind the mask right there. So, but yeah, as of right now, this may be the last time for a while. We are going to start, and I keep saying this, but I haven't had a chance to yet. Eventually, I'm going to rearrange the lair. And I'm thinking about maybe having it on the wall, maybe. Either way, it is being retired. Like, I am putting it up, and we're done with this mask right here. If I can find room for it when I rearrange the set to put it up on the wall, I definitely will. But other than that, that mask is now being shipped away. I feel like everybody's going to like nitpick on this mask because they're used to that mask. They're going to be like, screw this new mask. I'm not going to lie, like, I did have the idea for this mask for a long time. And I knew,
you
like...
was too lazy to get it.
Well, that, and I wanted to wait for my 1 year. My 1 year finally came up. So, and it just happened to, my 1 year, boom, got it. And I finally got like a week before my 1 year. So I've had the design forever. And in fact, I even got the design for next year's mask. And that is like the whole thing. Like every year I will get a different mask. So...
I'm still waiting on my new mask.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so anyways, yeah, so that's the story behind the mask. Okay, now he had another question here. He goes, what was my top 3 torture porn films? And for you who don't know what torture porn is, it's like the emphasis. Like, I hate the phrase torture porn anyway. I think that's a retarded title because I'm like, where's the porn at here? And everybody's like, well, the only thing I can think of, like, in the entire Saw franchise, the only time, like, nudity enters torture is when the girl's like freezing to death. He gets frozen to death in the freezer. I think that's part 3 or part 4 or something like that. That's it. Where does torture porn come from? The only thing I think of is like maybe in Hostel, because the first half is kind of like Cinemax softcore, I guess you can say. And then like after that, it's torture. Maybe that's where, I don't know. Like I do not know where torture porn comes from, and I hate that freaking title. However, I do like a lot of the movies that are in those. I mean, with the exception of like, I did not like Captivity, but I'm a fan of, you know, a few of the Saws and the Hobby. You want to know what my top 3 was? So, try to keep them out. I mean, I can probably, in all honesty, I can probably throw Saw 1 and 2 in this list, but I'm like, you know what, I'll take 2 out. I'll throw in this Saw recently, and it's actually because of you, because you kept telling me how much you liked, you know, the first one. I actually got around to watching this one. The Collection. I thought it was a damn good movie, and definitely dug it. So yeah, I'll pick Collection number 3. Number 2, I'll say Hostel. I think that's an awesome movie. And number 1, I'll say Saw. Yeah, Saw. And I think like torture porn is like that. Is like the slasher series of the 2000s and up.
I got a question. What would The Shining, like what rate would that be?
Ranking, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not torture porn, so that's why I didn't rank it on here. For me personally, it's my number 3 horror movie of all time. In fact, it's in my top 5 of all time. Like all
my
movies.
number 1.
Like yeah, see, yeah, Shining's great. Where's that? You got me sidetracked there. What are you doing here? I'm not contributing at all. No, torture porn, I think it's kind of like the slasher. Like, you know, remember like in the 80s? Like, I don't remember because I was a kid. But anyways, like, you know, slashers in the 80s were just like really looked upon or looked down upon by like everybody else. And they're like, that's not even horror anymore. Like, where's the suspense at? Just blood and gore. I'm like, that's what this is now. And everybody like now looks back at the slasher and they're like, oh, those are classics. But F this torture porn stuff. I'm sure like in 10 to 20 years from now, everybody's going to look back at these, but these are also the classics of this era. And I know you're a big fan of the torture porn thing. I know you like it. Like, you know, you're a big fan of like the Collection and all that stuff. So, and I mean, I like them. I just hate the title, torture porn. Up next, he asked me what my top 3 indie horror films, and then he started naming off, you know, his. And I'm not gonna lie, like mine are all like mainstream or somewhat mainstream, but they're like more famous. But they were independent when they came out. I would say at number 3, Carnival of Souls, the original. Just really creepy. I'm gonna be doing the dude's throwing a contest out here. I think his name's Chapel of Blood 88. And anyways, his contest is, you know, making a review, or he wants you to do a review that you want him to review. But you got to do a review first. And I chose Carnival of Souls as the movie I'm gonna review. So that's coming up, you know, here in the near future. Really close actually, because I think the contest goes out in a couple weeks or a week or so. So anyways. Carnival of Souls, yeah, my number 3 on that one. Number 2, Night of the Living Dead. Flat out, yeah. It was just effing brilliant. It's groundbreaking, one of the best of all time. And then number 1, of course, Halloween. Independent. Boom, there it is. So, yeah, that's my top 3 right there. I know you're probably thinking like I was going to go like, you know, straight to video or really low budget kind of stuff. But no, I'm sorry. Like I did go mainstream just because to me those are like my favorites. Like I watch Halloween at least 2 to 3 times a year easily. And I know it seems like everybody's like maybe people do it much more, but I'm just like I'm always in the mood to watch Halloween. Like there's never a time where I'm just like, you know, if I'm bored of the why, I'm like, oh, throw some Halloween in, and it works every time. Not Living Dead, that's the same way. Like I've seen that so many times. It's sickening, really. It is a mental illness. I've seen that so many times. So yeah, that's my top 3 right there. Now he's had a couple questions for you actually. Not necessarily for you, it's more for the Corn Children. But you, once again, everybody else is kind of...
I'm the only one that shows up.
You're the one that shows up. I mean, you became like the official spokesperson of... You're like the face of the Corn Children now. So, he's asking the question that I've been asking for freaking months now. You know, where are the Corn Children's parents at?
What parents?
Oh my god. Let's not start this. Let's not start this right now.
What
all right?
parents?
Oh my god.
They
Okay.
didn't like us, so they went off.
Alright, so, okay. But his next question was, this is something I want to know too. Who looks after you guys? Like, who's looking after all these Corn Children then?
We look after each other.
Gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, there's your answers, man, right there. It's like pulling teeth out of these kids, I swear to God. So, boom, thank you, Ghostface Kid. I do appreciate the questions.
Again, what parents?
What parents? Ridiculous. Alright, moving on, and then finally, Horror Squad Films hit me up, and they want to know what my top 10 horror icons was, like characters. And I was like, oh wow, and I started breaking it down, and I had a mega list, and I had to like chop that in half, you know. I was really shocked to see like no Universal characters. came over. Like, not Dracula, no Frankenstein's monsters, Wolfman, none of that. I thought they would, and some of them made it pretty close, but they did not make my top 10. Here are my top 10 favorite horror icons. Alright? And number 10, Norman Bates. Boom, this is a classic. 9, Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Hellraiser, oh yeah. Number 8, Samara from The Ring.
Never seen it.
Haven't seen The Ring? Oh, it's awesome. You've seen The Ring.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Scary.
Scary?
I need to get out more.
You need to get out more. Number 7, Chucky. Come on. Boom. And you know what? Everybody like shits on. They don't really shit so much on Bride of Chucky as much as they do Seed of Chucky. And I'm like, dude, his personality is just great in both of those. Like, I mean, you gotta look at them as like a comical thing.
Chucky.
And speaking of here's something, Jack Torrance from The Shining is my number 6.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Now I kind of cheated on this next. I didn't really cheat, I guess. And he's still a horror icon, but he's not a villain. My number 6 was, or wait, where am I at now? I'm on 5, sorry. My number 5, Ash from the Evil Dead series.
Never seen it.
Army of Darkness, come on, brilliant. Definitely, you know, dude, come on, Ash. Would have loved to see Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. I'm just saying that would have been awesome.
That would be awesome.
Alright, number 4, the Tall Man from the Phantasm series. I did like an entire 2 episodes dedicated to the entire series of Phantasm. And yeah, huge fan over here. Then my top 3 is like the most generic top 3, but god damn it, they're my favorites. I'm sorry. At number 3, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th.
Voorhees.
Number 2, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street series. And of course, come on, number 1, probably your uncle, Michael Myers. So there it is, my top 10 horror icons. I want to thank every single person out there who's been throwing questions out there. Definitely keep it up. Any questions, we'll ask, we'll answer. So yeah, you know how to hit me up. The fan friends over on Facebook, and drop a line over there, drop a question over there. Of course, you can send me personal messages.
No.
I'm down with that.
No,
of course,
don't
the comments down
Bitter
below,
response.
you can leave one right there. And of course, moviefam7@gmail.com.
Don't exist.
Boom. And then of
Video
course,
response.
Video response.
video response. So there it is.
That's the only way you can do that.
So let's say we get some reviews, shall we? Alright. We're going to start off in 2009. This is for you, Ghostface Kid. Laid to Rest. Boom. Alright. And basically the premise here is a woman wakes up with amnesia and she is stalked by Chrome Skull. Okay, now I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm being completely honest with you here. Like, I've never soft-paw my reviews. If you guys have been watching my show for a while, you know how I am. Yeah, you kept telling me watch Laid to Rest. Like, you didn't keep telling me that, but you dropped it a couple times. Watch Laid to Rest. And I was like, I definitely will. You did not steer me wrong with the collection. I was like, boom, I'm checking this out. So, now a while back ago, I did read an article, and I am ashamed to say that I have not seen any of these movies at the time when I read the article, or right now even. It was talking about like how, like, you know, a lot of these new independent horror movies, you know, they're kind of like creating their own pantheon of horror characters like they did in the 80s with like your Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, or even in the 30s and 40s with, you know, Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, you know, Mummy. So they're going through like this list of like these killers, you know. And Chrome Skull from this series is on there, so these 2 movies. The dude from Hatchet, which I have not seen yet. I'm sorry. Have not seen it yet. And Behind the Mask, the Leslie Vernon, is that his name? They had him on there. And they had a couple other ones too, but those are the 3 that really stuck out in my mind. And anyways, they may have had the Collector on there too. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, that was these guys. So I thought it was kind of neat. Like, oh, that's kind of cool, like the new wave of horror movies. But I just have not had a chance to check them out. Like, I just never get around. And typically, you don't find these. Like, I have not come across these yet, like at Walmart at all. Like now, like normally when they first come out, these low budget horror movies come out, they're at Walmart and then they're just fucking gone. So I have not come across them yet. So anyways, when the chance came to review this, I went to Family Video, which is my local video store, and yeah, they had it there. So I was like, all right, we're doing it this week. Threw it in. I was really excited to watch it. I threw it in, and oh my god, it started off so fucking bad. Like, it was ultra low budget. Like, I'm talking, the camera was. It's almost like they took this camera right here and started filming the movie with it. I mean, even worse. Actually, not even this camera. This camera actually looks pretty good if they would use this one. The acting started off really bad. And I was like, oh my god. And I was even just like, oh, what a piece of shit. And then the first kill happens. Not the first kill. We'll go like the second kill. Dude chops off a woman's head, and it looked awesome. I'm like, holy shit! Like all the money they took for this movie was like, excuse me, all the money they took for the movie was like put into the effects. And dude, the effects were great, and that helped me get into the movie. The storyline is very basic. It is your standard slasher storyline. Like it starts off like the opening title sequence. It looks like it's gonna be torture porn. Because the dude has a camera mounted right here, and it shows him like he's dissecting people and everything. So you're thinking like torture porn, and it's not. It's slasher through it. It's like, it's old school slasher too. Dude, it was so fucking badass. Like I walked away, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Dude, it was brilliant. The kills in this movie were great. Like I said, the acting was not the best at all by any stretch of the imagination. The one that did the best was probably the dude who was hobbling around, like that guy and his wife. They were the only two that I thought was actually decent at acting. Everybody else was just really, but no, the movie itself, though, once again, once you get past that initial, like, oh god, when you actually get to the killings, dude, it's brilliant, dude. Some of the most imaginative kills happen in this movie. I have not seen this in a while. Even Saw, like, I like the Saw movies, and every now and then they'll have like that stroke of, like, genius, like that originality. For the most part, it's the same shit you see all the time. So it was just kind of neat to see a movie where it was just fresh and just brutal. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was brilliant. Thank you. You know, I ain't gonna say too much because it was 2009. Aside from the flaws, I mean, and there was a couple of things. It felt like it was a movie that was filmed probably like I didn't research it at all, but it felt like it was probably filmed like in 2000 something and then held back until 2000. I mean, it just had like that kind of feel to it. Because as I'm watching, I'm like, when was this film? Like, to me, it just felt like it was clearly like late 90s, early 2000s. And I was shocked to hear it was like 2009 because I mean, just the way like the internet was really slow. That was like one little thing. No one had a smartphone in this movie, or even a good cell phone, I don't think. So it just seemed like, I don't know, it just seemed like it was just really early, you know, pretty old. I do like how, like, I don't know, it was really just kind of, it was like I said, the script itself is pretty much basic, really dumbed down. But once again, you shouldn't watch this one looking for a great story. Enjoy the kills. It was just, it was fun. And it's like, and that's what, I don't know, it took me back to when I was a kid, watching like all the Friday 13th and, you know, fucking Halloweens and stuff like that. Like, it just, and even like, I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of them right now, but like, you know, just like, all the old school slash, you know, like April Fool's Day or whatnot. I'm trying to think of other ones, who done it, stuff like, I don't know. Anyways, it takes you back to that. And I don't know, I really like it. Like, there's a scene, I ain't trying to give anything away, but like, he sucked it, was it Fix It Flat, or, it was like, he sticks a can in this dude's ear and like, turns it on. Okay, it's like, his head starts like, oh dude, it was brutal. What did you think about it, sweetie? You watched Lady Rez. You liked it? Yeah. Now, I learned something new. Because, you know, we've been, you know, we've been actually dating. I can't believe it. It's been 3 months now. That's pretty crazy. And I've been getting her to watch horror movies. I haven't getting her. She's actually been wanting to watch horror movies. I mean, I make it sound like I'm dragging her to it. No, she's been, you know, wanting to watch them. And I was like, you know, she gets freaked out on some odd things. Like something I don't really find scary, she gets freaked out on. Ghosts seem to be kind of her main thing. Like, she freaks out. But something I learned on this movie, gore scares this girl. Like, she literally like hides her eyes and like squeal like, ah! And I'm just like, oh my god, she screamed a lot in this movie. She jumped a lot from like the weird, not really jump, but like more, she hit her eyes a lot. We want to elaborate on the death scenes in this movie, the bloodiness. Want to talk about it?
No.
Not really, no? No. Oh my god, yeah, no. I thought overall, I thought it was a damn good movie. I highly recommend it. I'm really curious how they do Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest 2, because it is followed by a sequel. And I hear they're both making a part 3, actually. I don't know if it's already been made or what, but, excuse me, but I heard, there's going to be a third one out there somewhere, if it's not already out there. But I'm really good. Once again, I'm not going to give anything away, but like, after I watch this one, like, how did they do in part 2? Like, how the hell did part 2 happen? I don't know, but yeah, Chrome Skull, I would like to see more of him. And then what I liked about it was, they never really fully, like, they kind of hint at, like, maybe he has, like, some kind of past. I'm not going to say what, because once again, it's a newer movie. But for the most part, like, you don't know nothing about this dude. I like that. Let's keep it that way. Like, I don't really want to know where Chrome Skull came from. He's an unstoppable killing machine. And he seems basically human. I'm just curious to see how it goes. I don't know. I really dug it. I recommend you watch it. I think you'd like it. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so up next, we're going to go back further now to 1994, or 97 when it was actually released, even though it was made in 94. Texas Chainsaw, The Next Generation. Where basically 4 teenagers on prom get sidetracked, take a detour, and of course are terrorized by Leatherface and company. Okay, you want to take the lead on this one, sweetie? You take the lead on this one? Go ahead, give us your review. Like, what'd you think of this movie? I'll let you go first.
It was okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
Don't want to go into detail? No. You can spoil on this one. It's alright. It's 9-4. They should have already seen it. And it's a bit of the show anyway, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you can just hit stop at this point. After a review, usually we just call it quits. So. Don't know. Alright. I won't push anymore. Alright, so that's her review. It's okay. Okay, when this movie first came out, like I said, it did come out in 97 because it was held back. Because the movie is really shitty. I'll be the first to admit this. This is a bad movie. It has bad acting, bad story.
Bad everything.
It's horrible. Yeah, even like the gore isn't that great. What little gore is in it. However, I love this movie. Oh my god. Like this is mine and Lynch's like, let's watch a bad movie. Let's throw this in. And we can kind of, yeah,
It's bad, but you like it?
Yeah, it's so bad that I like it. I know. I laughed during this.
That is retarded.
No. I'll tell you why. When it first came out, I was in junior high when I first watched this. In fact, I know why I watched it because it was on Cinemax, and I was waiting for something else to come on later that night. I won't say what. It doesn't matter, but you guys can probably guess what I was trying to watch. Anyways, this was on first, so I had to go through this to get to that. Now, it wasn't like I was forced to go through this. I was like, oh wow, another Texas Chainsaw movie. Because at this point, I've seen the others. I was like, I like them. I'll watch it. And it was just like, alright. And, you know, once again, that's the junior high fandom. In junior high, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I still Know What You Did Last Summer. I was like, those are good movies. They weren't good movies. But when I was a kid, they were good movies. So this is like, I'm just like, this is great. And I actually liked it. Like, legitimately liked it. You would have been like, Phantom, what'd you think about it? Like, it's great. I liked it. It's awesome. When I got older.
It's awesome.
When I got older, yeah, I would have been like, it's great. It's awesome. That's how Phantom talked back then. I was like, yeah, this is a great movie. I'm a pint-sized killer. Anyways, as I got older, I, came across it in $5 band. Like, oh, I remember this. And I'm watching, I'm like, wow, what a piece of shit. But I was smiling and I was laughing. This is some of the best lines. And it's all, oh my god, it's Matthew McConaughey. It is Matthew, I hate Matthew McConaughey. With the exception of like Frailty. And of course everybody loves Dazed and Confused. I do too, that's what I like it. That's really it. I kind of like him in Tropic Thunder. That's it. I just don't like him as a person. Like he's the guy he has good looks. He's just cashing in on shit films. He's just like, why do anything good? I'll just keep cranking out the same shit I do all the time and cash a check. And I mean, maybe if I had good looks, I would probably do the same thing. But I don't, and I'm a fucking viewer in the audience. So as a viewer in the audience, I don't like the guy. In this movie, I love him. Oh my god, because once again, this has the worst acting in this movie. Even I didn't think Renee Zellweger did that good in this movie. Who's also in the movie. And anyways, like I said, there's a scene, I've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again. There's a scene where, okay, the other kids are gone. There's like one guy, there's a car wreck. One guy gets out of the car, and this is how he delivers the line. He goes, I'm okay. And he just falls back. And I'm like, oh, and I'm laughing. Like, this is funny. So, the stoner of the group.
Alert.
Do what?
Spoiler alert.
This is 94. F him. I already said that. No. So, the stoner stays behind. He don't even make a good stoner. I guess he makes a realistic stoner because he isn't acting like a stoner. Anyways, he stays behind. Matthew McConaughey shows up with the record, and walks over to him. And of course, he kills the kid. Because the whole time the boy's like, he ain't dead. Because the whole time he's just like, this boy's dead. And he's just like, no, he isn't, mister. And he's just like, I said he's dead. Breaks his neck, chases him down. So, the kid's running down this long stretch of, like, dirt road with Matthew McConaughey and the wrecker behind him. Now, instead of just, like, veering to the left and going into the woods, he just keeps running straight. And hold on, I mean, even as the kid was like, dude, just turn. He just runs straight. And the whole time, McConaughey, and of course, at one point, the kid bends over, and I swear this is how he delivers the line. McConaughey's in the truck, he's just like, stop it, mister, you're really scaring me. I'm not even exaggerating, that is how he says it. And
how did he say it?
stop it, mister. You're really scaring me. It's just like that. It is horrible. But dude, McConaughey,
Wow.
he just takes it over the top. Like, everybody else is just fucking sucking. He takes it over the top, and his line is just like, you ain't seen scared yet, boy, you know, but you will. And then he chases, of course, he keeps on running. He goes back this time, but still runs straight line. And of course, McConaughey just goes reverse and runs him over. Dude, McConaughey saved this entire. I truly
what
think
movie is it?
this right here. This right here. It is brilliant.
I need to see that.
You do need to see this one. It is hilarious. It's just it's just so bad. And like we got trainee Leatherface in here, and that's just embarrassing. Like, I don't know. I'm just like I don't know, everybody's whatever. And this one is bad. I'm just saying. And I don't know. I do like I guess he's the other brother. I can't think what his name was now. The one with the little cow prod stick thing. He quotes. He just quotes like these famous people, but he's just a redneck. And he has like a redneck. Like, there's a comedian named Bill Burr. I'm sure people's heard of him.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Oh, he's hilarious. He has a bit where he's talking about how like, if Einstein had a redneck accent, nobody would take him seriously. And he's just like, I'm being serious now. E equals MC squared. And everybody's just like, sure, buddy. And they just walk away. And then this guy is quoting some good shit, but he's a redneck, so it just comes off funny. He just, you know, I'm not that smart. I can't remember what the quotes are because I'm too busy laughing. But anyways, yes, there is it does like a weird left turn toward the end because you find out that there's a weird Illuminati type agency who has basically employed the family of psychopaths to be stationed in this little town and to just be the rednecks and just kill. And their job is just to install fear in people. That's it. It makes no sense, I know. And even now, I'm watching, I'm like, what? And even then, you're just like, at this point, who gives a shit, right? And like, even the guy who's like in charge, like, tells Renee's like, here's what's going down. And she's all pissed off. And then, like, just lets her go. And you're like, and I guess, like, in real life, like, if she told somebody, who's going to believe her? Like, you know, you can still bring the cops down to the Sawyer farm or whatever. But anyways, yeah, overall, I'm giving it a huge thumbs up. And it's not good. I'm not going to lie, like, this is not a good movie.
It's not a good movie, but you're giving it a thumbs up.
You will enjoy it. You will have fun with this movie. There's no way you can watch it and not, like, laugh unintentionally. Dude, Matthew McConaughey has a robot leg that is controlled by a remote control. And he has, like, 30 control. He's just constantly, like, trying to get it go. Dude, it's so goofy. Also has a cameo.
It's a goofy movie.
It's a goofy movie. Has a cameo by Marilyn Burns, who was the girl from the original Texas Chainsaw at the end. And it's just weird because the scene's just so odd because literally, as Renee is in the hospital, cops talking to her, she gets pushed by a gurney. I can't tell if that was Gunnar Hansen pushing her because I'm just like, wouldn't it be kind of crazy if it was Gunnar Hansen pushing Marilyn Burns? But I can't, and of course the names were in the credits. They had a weird name for the dude doing the pushing. And then, of course, Marilyn Burns wasn't even called Marilyn Burns. She was just anonymous. So, anyway, if anybody knows this, by the way, if you happen to know if that was Gunnar Hansen pushing the gurney, let me know. Anyways, it's just an odd scene. You're like, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. And I don't know either. The movie itself, I can't remember if it's in the liner notes on this thing. Because this thing actually got pretty decent liner notes for a shit movie. It has a whole story there. I've read, when I first watched it, I assumed it was part 4. Because even in the opening, they talk about how, like, you know, they talk about the original movie. And then they talk about how there was 2 other instances. So you assume it's part 2 and part 3. So anyways, I assumed it was part 4. It's to me felt like part 4. But then I've read, I can't remember which one it says in here. One of them says, like, this was, and I've read somewhere else, that it was supposed to be like a remake of part 1. Like, they're going to just redo the whole thing, almost like a reboot. This is going to be it right here. And then I heard them say, like, this was supposed to be a direct sequel to part 1. Which we saw how it worked out early this year. No matter how you watch it, it's just fun. Like, I'm not the kind of guy who's just like, that ruins the entire franchise. No, the franchise kind of fucked to begin with, especially now. So who gives a shit? Watch it, enjoy it. Another thing I thought was kind of neat, and I didn't read into it, but if you watch in the credits, Well, the movie itself, it even says in the beginning of the credits, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. But at the end, the rolling credits at the end, it says The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like that as the title. I was like, well, that's kind of neat. I don't know if that was supposed to be the original title or what. So anyways, but yeah. So yeah, Laid to Rest, highly recommend. I highly recommend this one. This one gets a little, you know, I'm giving you like a little disclaimer starting off. Don't take it seriously. If you're going to watch this movie, enjoy it. Don't try to pick it apart. And, you know, as campy as this is, it was still better than the shit fest that we had at the beginning of the year. So, alright, Natalie, anything to add?
No.
Nope. Maya? Well, on behalf of Natalie Myers and Maya, I'm the Movie Fan. We're out of here. Get your ass out of the way. What's going on here?
You get your butt out.
Long walk over to the camera. So far away. Alright, we're out.